Never a dull moment in the sport of boxing. Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. We have some more breaking news. Ryan Garcia has tested positive by multiple sources of a drug called Ostarine. Okay. Ostarine is a type of drug called a selective androgen receptor modulator, SARM. It's not approved by the FDA, but it's sometimes found in supplements, okay? Ostarine attaches to proteins in the body known as androgen receptors. When ostarine binds to these receptors, it tells muscles to grow. People use ostarine for athletic performance, involuntary weight loss due to illness, breast cancer, and many other conditions, but there is no good scientific evidence to support these uses. Ostarine is an investigational drug and therefore not approved by the use of the FDA US. Despite this, it is still sometimes found in dietary supplements, particularly those marked for bodybuilding. Ostarine, along with other SARMs, is banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, and the National Athletic Association. That is found in Ryan Garcia. Based on what I just read to you guys, he could have got it by taking a supplement. And I'm like this. If you want to crack down on possible drug use, you should have a zero tolerance for all types of multivitamins. See, this is what happens. See, some tests can be so particular, so tedious, so sensitive, to the point, well, if Ryan took something and then he didn't know about it, a lot of times they're holding people, all the times, really, they're holding people accountable for something that they didn't know that was in something else. And I think then they leave it basically up to the people and the strength and conditioning coaches and just the knowledge of them taking it and deciding in their decision to make that decision to take it. I think if this is what it is, I think people should stop taking everything. I think fighters should go all natural unless they need something provided and that's approved by a doctor. Okay? And I'm not talking about testosterone replacement or any type of chemical. I'm talking about some type of prescription drug that they need because like hypertension and stuff like that, like Luis Ortiz had before he fought Deontay Wilder, which we found out he had before he fought Deontay Wilder. So those type of things. But anything that should enhance, I don't think should be used anyway, because what happens in the drug world, things can be found out to be not approved, or people kick it out. A lot of associations and agencies, just like Alexander Povetkin, if you can remember him, the drug that was found in his system that made him fail the test was not too long ago legal. Okay, so based on that, it's so many turns that you can go with Ryan Garcia. Now, you can look at it and say, oh, he's a cheater, this, that, and the other. But, then another thing, it's like, okay, well, if it could be found in a certain drug or a certain vitamin, then what could you really do with it? Especially if it's found in more than one vitamin that he's taken or he could have took, because we don't know what he took. And I think if you're going to get that tedious, I think they owe it. And when I say they, I mean the fighter that tested positive for this particular drug. They owe it just like an audit. They need to put an audit on everything that he took or everything that he claimed to took, and he needs receipts on what he took at a particular time. That way, you can't say, oh, well, man, I was actually taking this brand X vitamin or whatever, and or C10 from Vitamin World, oh, yeah, and I just bought it yesterday. Well, that's not going to fly, because we needed proof that you took it and it's been signs of that in that particular vitamin. Then we needed proof that you took that then to prove that you didn't take nothing or something else besides what you claim you took that does have evidence of that drug in it. But how do you eradicate that? Stop using multivitamins and everything all together. Especially when you're dealing with, powder and, whey and all that stuff and all these different experimental things that you don't really know that's having a very small, minute amount of whatever the hell that may be illegal or may not be illegal and you really don't know. So if you really don't know what's in something and you haven't broke this shit down according to scientific ingredients, don't use it. Because all this means now is everybody that supported Devin Haney, except for myself, can say that Ryan Garcia cheated. He cheated. I won't throw it completely out the window, but I do understand how things work, as I just explained to you guys. But if Ryan thought that he needed that on top of all the, the crazy ass behavior, this lines right up with the narrative that maybe Ryan Garcia is talking about his mental health. He might have been juiced the hell up. You could always say that. Not saying that's the case. But what I am saying is that could be the case. And people could use that as the case or the scapegoat because Ryan Garcia tapped Devin Haney's ass real bad. You know what I mean? And by that, I mean more and better than Lomachenko because he really could have stopped him. Right? So at one point, what affects mental health? Let's dive deeper in that rabbit hole. What does affect your mental health? Drugs. Drugs affects the way your mind and body works. Right? So when someone says, I'm dealing with mental illness, okay, do you have any history of drug use? Marijuana, cocaine, steroids, performance-enhancing drugs, things like that. Do you have any history of that? Now we have it, don't we? We have a history of that. See, and all those have been proven to affect your mental health. And go to show you, sad to say, Ryan Garcia is dealing, like he claims, with mental health. You see how dirty that got real quick? Do you see the example and the things that I lined up? You see the narrative I gave people? Not saying I believe in the shit. What I'm saying is it could easily sway by perception. That's why in the future, stop using all this scientific shit, this, that, and the other, and this, that you really don't know what's in it. Okay? Because what happens is in hindsight, you find out what's in it. Therefore, you should have found out what was in it to begin with. You see what I mean? Counterpunch. So for Ryan Garcia, this Ostarine drug or whatever, how can he prove at this point that it came from ashwagandha? Because I seen the video that he was talking about today, saying, oh, well, these people hating on me, this, that, and the other. Well, from multiple sources say you tested positive for something, you have to be held accountable. And you have to show proof and tell everybody what happened or what you think happened and back it up by evidence. That's how you are being held accountable. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of this breaking news of Ryan Garcia testing positive for Ostarine. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.